And we're back for lesson 2 on sentence types. Okay, so today we're going to focus on questions. So we're going to recognise and use some different questions. We're going to go through all 4 different types to start with. Then we're going to think about using the correct punctuation when writing a question. And then we're going to see how we can change a statement that's a fact and put it as a question. And that's going to be our activity as well today for some of you. Okay, year 1s and year 2s, you will have a different activity today. So let's get going. First of all, here are our 4 different types. We've got questions. Questions are sentences that ask you something. They usually end with a question mark. What did you have for dinner? So there's our question word, what, and there's our question mark. Statements, they are sentences which tell you something. They usually end in a full stop. Rainbows have 7 colours. They are beautiful to look at. So it's telling us something and it ends in a full stop. Commands are sentences that tell you to do something. They are found in instructions but can also be urgent or angry and can be very short. Help me, there's our imperative verb. This one has an exclamation mark at the end because they're shouting it. Or please stop doing that. Stop is our imperative verb. It's asking you to do something. And then finally, exclamations. An exclamation sentence beginning with what or how. It is a full sentence which ends with an exclamation mark. So, what a dangerous mountain to climb. There's our what. There's our exclamation mark. What amazing children they are. There's our what and our exclamation mark. How kind of him to do that. How, an exclamation mark. Okay, so that's a quick recap on all the 4 different sentence types. So, here are 4 sentences then. Can you match them? So you don't have to do this by writing anything down. All I want you to do is to think about it. And then I will give you some thinking time and pause the video, and then you can come back and unpause when you're ready. So I've got 4 sentences. My eye is huge. Would that be a command, a question, a statement, or an exclamation? Bow down before me, weak humans. Command, question, statement, exclamation. What pointy ears you have. Which one of those is it? Will I be home in time for tea? Is that a command, a question, a statement, or an exclamation? So just pause the video and have a bit of a think with your grown-up. Which one do you think would go to which? And then I will give you the answers. Pause the video now. Okay, hopefully you've had a go at this and you're not doing this by yourself. So my eye is huge. That's telling us a fact. So that is planet statement. Bow down before me, weak humans. Bow is an imperative verb, so it must be a command. What pointy ears I have. There's my what and there's my exclamation mark. So it must be an exclamation. Will I be home in time for tea? Will, question word, question mark at the end. That's the one that gives it away, really. Needs to be to planet question. So hopefully you managed to get all 4 of those correct. And that's what we're going to be focusing on is questions. Okay? So, can you choose the correct W word to go at the front of these sentences? So, again, you're going to need a bit of scrap paper and a pencil. And I've got 5 sentences here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on your piece of paper, I want you to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the question word that goes in these 5 sentences. You don't have to write the whole sentence. So which one would number 1 be? Why is the sky blue? Where is the sky blue? What is the sky blue? Who is the sky blue? When is the sky blue? Second one, something is coming to the party. Why is coming to the party? Where is coming to the party? What is coming to the party? Who is coming to the party? When is coming to the party? So what would that be? Number 3, have all the chocolate biscuits gone? Why have all the chocolate biscuits gone? Where have all the chocolate biscuits gone? What, who, or when? Now, some of these might fit in 2 different places, but I guarantee you there is 1 space for each one. So if you think 2 could go in that one, leave it blank and see what the other ones do. Should I dress up for Halloween? Why should I dress up as for Halloween? Where should I dress up? What should I dress up as? Who should I dress up as? When should I dress up as? And then the last one, why will I be allowed to walk home on my own? Where will I be allowed to walk home on my own? What will I be allowed to walk home on my own? Who will I be allowed to walk home on my own? When will I be able to walk down? So hopefully you've decided which one goes where. If you haven't, pause the video now because I'm going to go through the answers. Okay, I'm actually going to leave the first one. The second one is who. Because this one I think can be two different ones. The fifth one was when. When will I be allowed to walk home on my own? The third one was where. The fourth one was what. You could have had who for that one as well. Which means the only one I haven't done is why. So there's your 5 question words. So you should have 1 why, 2 who, 3 where, 4 what, and 5 when written on your piece of paper. Let's carry on. Okay, so this is a very strange house. It says write a list of all the questions you have about this house, what it would be like to live there. For example, how do you sleep upside down? Okay, what I want you to do is just come up with 2 questions for your grown-up and see if your grown-up can answer the questions. So just pause the video and have a go now. Okay, I wonder what questions you came up with. It'd be interesting to see what the ones in school come up with when we do this later on in the week. So, if you've got the year 1 sheet stuck in, well actually everybody can just listen to this because this is important. So, I've got 2 sentences here. The lion is scary and the train left on time. We're going to change those statements because these are 2 things that are stating a fact. They're telling us something. The lion is scary, the train left on time. We're going to change them into a question. Now the first one is a little bit different to the second one. The first one, we're not going to add any words. What we're going to do is we're going to move the sentence round. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the is, we're going to put that at the beginning of the sentence and then move everything else along. Is the lion scary? This is now a question. And if any of your sentences have these 4 words in, is, was, can, will, if you put those to the front, that will be a way of changing your statement to a question. We need to make that a capital letter. So is the lion scary? The statement was the lion is scary. We move the is to the front of the sentence and then is the lion scary? And we've got to make sure that we put the question mark in at the end. The second one, we can't do that because it doesn't have is, was, can, or will in it. What we're going to do is we're going to add a word, okay? We are going to add a word to it. We're going to add did. Did the train? Now, we can't just write left. We have to change left to leave. Left is the past tense. Leave is the present tense. It needs to be in the present tense. Did the train leave on time? What comes at the end of a question? A question mark. So here we've added the word did and changed left to leave. Now you can do either of these things to change your statement to a question. So have a go at doing these on your scrap piece of paper. Okay. I will only eat chocolate at lunchtime. Monkeys swing in trees. Can you make them questions? And can you put a question mark at the end? Pause the video and have a go. Don't worry if you can't, but just have a go. Okay, so hopefully you've had a go. If I go back here, is, was, can and will, here we have will. So if we put will at the beginning of the sentence, will I only eat chocolate at lunch time. Now remember, it's got to be a question, so we have to put a question mark in. So I've moved will to the start of the sentence but kept everything else the same. This one, I'm going to put do in the front of it. So here I put did. I'm going to put do. Do monkeys swing? It's already in the present tense, so I don't need to change it again. Do monkeys swing in trees? Simple as that. Okay, so some of you will have this bit, this work stuck in your book. Here you've got to decide whether or not it's a question or a statement. Okay, if it's a question, you put the question mark in the box. If it's a statement, you're going to put a full stop in the box. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sentences to read. Are they questions or are they full stops? And then it says here, write your own question to go with this picture. And you've got some lines to do that on. I'm going to let you have a go at this. This is a reading task. I reckon you'll be fine with this one. So that's year 1s mostly. Year 2s, you've got something a little bit trickier. Okay, so here you've got some questions. You've got a statement. Can you change it into a question? And here's our top tip from earlier on. Moving the helping verb, so moving can, is and will or could to the front will make the sentence into a question, but make sure it comes with a question mark at the end. So the first one's done for you, look. Meerkats can look for danger when they stand on their back legs. So there's our can. They've moved it to the front of the sentence. Can meerkats look for danger when they stand on their back legs? Question mark. So pandas can only eat bamboo. There's our can word, put that at the front and finish the sentence, but make sure you've got question mark at the end. It is summer in Australia. How can you change it? Does it have can, is, will or could in the sentence? So that's those 4. This one, there isn't any of those words. So it says here, add do, does or did and change the verb. So change it from the past tense to the present tense. So giraffes have long necks. Do giraffes have long necks? Freddie likes to play tennis. Does Fred like to play tennis? Does Fred like to play tennis? Did Fred likes to play tennis? So which one would fit? Okay, so that's those 3. And then the last bit, you've got 5 sentences here. So it's the complete opposite of what we did with the W words yesterday. You've got to put the word in. So which sentence is going to start with who, which is going to start with what, which one's going to start with where, when and why. Our 5 W's. Each one is going to go on that line. And that's it from me today. Good luck with your making questions from statements. Hopefully you'll be able to punctuate them correctly. And I'll come back tomorrow where we have a quick look at commands. See you tomorrow.